So I have put a ton of time into Drag and Drive on Nintendo Switch 2 at this point, and I'm here to tell you that I think the hate is complete bullshit. So we've all heard it by now, Drag and Drive is the worst Nintendo game of all time. It's the most lifeless, boring husk of a game that anybody has ever published in history. Drag and Drive is a wheelchair basketball game, or as Nintendo told their reps to call them, vehicles. It is a vehicle basketball game. This game highlights the Joy-Con's mouse features as you use them to control your vehicle and to shoot the ball like this, the flick of the wrist. Naturally, it is compared to Rocket League, which is a pretty fair comparison due to what I think is the skill gap and the learning curve required to actually enjoy this game. And there, my friends, lies the problem. A ton of people played this whenever they did the global test. They allowed the game to be played for a temporary amount of time, a few days before release, and a lot of people picked it up for maybe 30 minutes, for maybe an hour, and decided that they fucking hate it. I've been playing Rocket League since like 2014. I sucked. I was so horrible at the controls. It took me, honestly, like years to feel fully comfortable playing that game and to feel like I can even compete. And here comes this new sports game that's being compared to Rocket League that has completely innovative, different controls than anything I've ever played. And people pick it up within an hour. They say, this is too difficult for me. These controls suck. And they move on. And that's that. This is a $20 game, essentially a Wii Sports mode, just with a tiny bit more content and a tiny bit more substance to it. I want you to imagine if Wii Sports Bowling, if they decided to put Wii Sports Bowling by itself onto the eShop. How much do you think they would charge for that? My guess would be $10 or $15 at the minimum. This is not a fucking $60 game. This is $20 fucking dollars. So why is it being treated as if it is a major first-party contender for Game of the Year? I have been playing for about 7 or 8 hours, and I've been playing against the bots. It's hard to get to a point where you can comfortably move around. I don't think enough people really have a firm sense on what it feels like once you get into the flow of things, and once you are into the flow of things, this game is fun as fuck, especially if you're a fan of basketball. One of the coolest things about this game is the lobby system. You get thrown into a park, think my park in like NBA 2K, but it doesn't run like fucking shit. You can watch other people playing games, you can run through a couple little trial courses, and you can pass the ball around, you can clap for the ball, you can point somewhere. I've been in lobbies to where, you know, we're all shooting on a court, and people are actually like kind of obeying the laws of actual basketball, where they're passing it back to me if I make a shot. It's really cool. And because of the controls, it does make it feel like you're kind of in an actual space with these people playing a physical sport. It's really cool. I think so much of the hate for this game is coming from children, from people who don't play sports games, from bandwagoners, from people who haven't even fucking played it. Like, I truly think that the hate for this game is pretty much a giant wave that everybody hopped onto really without thinking about it. There's many games that you can opt in or opt out to play in between matches. I don't love them. They're pretty boring. I opt out of them every time. I'd rather just play the actual basketball. But the mini games are basically training for the controls. You know, it's almost like they're a little warm-up before you go into the game. The shooting is interesting because it's not really based on how you flick the Joy-Con. You know, you don't really have to like, you know, you don't have to really think about it that much. What you have to think about is the direction that your vehicle is pointed in. And whenever you're shooting around, you can see that there's a little meter below you. You're having to kind of time it whenever you're heading down the court to hopefully be pointing toward the goal whenever you get there. I saw some people saying that as long as you're close to the goal, it always goes in. This is not the case. There's like pushing and stealing. These things are a little wonky right now. It's so satisfying whenever you juke somebody out, you make a drive to the board, and you get a layup. Once you get the mechanics, it really does feel extremely good. I tried the mouse controls with Cyberpunk. I tried the mouse controls with Fortnite, and it didn't really feel that good to me. This is the game where it has clicked with me. I was playing on my legs, and that felt fine, but it was getting to a point where I'd accidentally lift my hand up, and then I wouldn't be able to roll with one of the Joy-Con. I busted out a mouse pad, put it on my coffee table right in front of the couch, and it feels great. That's definitely the way to play the game if you can. On an actual table with a mouse pad in front of you so that you have full leverage and aren't having to put your arms back like this. It's much more comfortable whenever they're in front of you. It does take a minute to figure out how to hold the Joy-Cons comfortably, but it just naturally happens once you've played enough. You know, that's the thing. You just gotta play it enough, bro. You gotta fucking try. And that's where I'm confused. I'm just like, do you remember the Wii? Yes, the game looks a little boring. Yes, the content is a little lacking. But you're paying for the experience of doing this and doing that. That's what it is. That's the Nintendo flair that is on this game, is the controls. But let's look at like Super Mario Strikers Battle League. There's barely any fucking content in that. I played that far less than I see myself playing this game. I think if this game was free to play, I think if this game had been packed in, and if it was emphasized a little more by Nintendo that it's not quite as friendly and accessible, ironically, of a game as they're kind of marketing it as, I think people would be like hype about this game. I think it could be one of those things where it's like, oh dude, you have to try Dragon Drive. You have to try these controls. I think people are underestimating just how much physicality you have to put into the game. Like, you can't really fucking be shy about it. You've got to be pushing, moving as fast as you can. Like, it's a lot. I'm like sore from trying to beat the level 8 bots yesterday, which that's my biggest complaint with this fucking game, is the bots are the most useless bots I've ever seen in any game. They can't pass, they can't block, they can't shoot, they cannot do anything. I almost feel like that's how the difficulty goes higher, is they just fucking make them worse. You want to get decent at the game, play against the hard bots. That will force you to get decent at the mechanics of the game, and you will whoop ass online, I guarantee it. I really hope Nintendo hears the outcry for more content for the game and maybe adds some new parks or some new accessories. I'd love a ranked system, and I think it'd be a great game to make free for Nintendo Switch Online members. I think this would be perfect, and I don't think it would be getting as much hate. That being said, I am absolutely loving Dragon Drive. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Based on the gameplay, based on the value of it, I think it is a great game, something new and innovative, which we should not discourage Nintendo from doing. Chibi Robo is about to come out on Nintendo Switch Online. I never liked that game. I never liked the art style. I didn't get it. But it was something different that Nintendo tried that I think we need to encourage more of. I want Nintendo to go back into making super niche, weird shit. If you don't like basketball, if you don't like the art style, if you don't like the motion controls, you're gonna hate it. If you like sports games, if you like a bit of a challenge, try it. You're gonna like it. I promise you. Let me know what you guys think of Dragon Drive. Are you playing it? Do you hate it? Do you think I'm an idiot for liking it? That's okay if you do. I'd love to hear. See you guys later.